Welcome back. It is time to go through the indies this week. I'm going to start with results from last weekend. CZW, Blood Pressure Rising. Sabian defeated Rich Swann. Pinky Sanchez defeated Drew Blood. Devin Moore defeated Cole Calloway. The best round in the Hate Club went to a no contest. Quick Carter Gray defeated Drew Gulak. Greg Excellent defeated Ruckus. Egotistico Fantastico defeated Ryan McBride to become the new CZW Junior Heavyweight Champion. Drake Younger defeated Dingo to stay the CZW Heavyweight Champion. Brain Damage defeated John Moxley. And Sami Callihan defeated Trent Acid. Jersey All-Pro had two shows this weekend. We'll start with the main show. Trent Acid defeated Joe Hardway. Danny DeMonto defeated Mo Sexton. The Heavy Hitters defeated the Hillbilly Wrecking Crew. The Osirian Portal defeated Incoherence. Bandito Jr. defeated Prince Mustafa Ali. Dan Moff defeated the Necro Butcher. Arcadia defeated Eddie Kingston for the Jersey All-Pro New Jersey State title. And Jay Lethal defeated Azriel, Homicide, and Teddy Hart. Now, earlier in the day, their women's division had a show. Roxy Khan defeated Brooke Carter. Nikki Rocks defeated cheerleader Melissa. Annie Social defeated Amber. Raisha Saeed defeated Daisy Hayes. Sarah Del Rey defeated Awesome Kong. And Sarah Del Rey pinned Haley Hatred to win a Battle Royal to become the #1 contender, the top seed for the vacant Jersey All-Pro Women's Championship. And in Shimmer news, because there were a lot of results, so I wasn't going to read all of them, but the big news coming out of there, new Shimmer Tag Team Champions, Portia Perez and Nicole Matthews defeated Ashley Lane and Nevaeh to become the new Shimmer Women's Tag Team Champions. Now let's get to tonight, starting with the Super Indy Tournament. Super Indy 8 IWC, their biggest shows of the year. It's a 2-day tournament. Tonight starts in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. The conclusion tomorrow is in White Oak, Pennsylvania. The first round matches, one has changed, and I'll get to that in a minute. Joey Ryan faces Jason Gorey. Michael Facade faces Elijah Burke. Two Cold Scorpio faces Davey Richards. And Justin Idol, who was originally scheduled to face Paul London. London has pulled out due to injury. He will now be facing Tony Kozina. The non-tournament matches, Super Hentai, Cole Cabana, and John McChesney. That will be for the number 2, 3, and 4 seeds. The Necro Butcher against Jimmy DeMarco. Delirious and Sami Callihan at first is a no disqualification match, but this match now has very interesting stipulations. If Delirious wins, Sami Callihan is suspended for 90 days from IWC. But if Callihan wins, he takes Delirious' spot in the Super Indy Tournament. And a 6-man tag match is now a 4-on-3 handicap match. The Gambino brothers team up with Eric Ecstasy to face the Irish Airborne Jake and Dave Christ, Shane Taylor, and Raymond Rowe. Day 2, Ricky Reyes defends the WWC Junior Heavyweight title plus the conclusion of the tournament. If I had to pick, and I am going to pick now, who I think is going to win the Super Indy Tournament, of the guys that have to wrestle tonight, because they got to wrestle 4 matches in 2 days to win the tournament. Of the 8 that wrestle tonight, I got to go with Davey Richards. Richards has been on a roll lately. The last couple of years, he's tournament experienced. He's won the Battle of Los Angeles. He won the Super 8. He's been in the last 2 or 3 Ted Petty Invitationals. He has tournament experience. So I'm going to go with Davey. But if I had to pick of the guys that have a bye into the second round, I got to go with Cole Cabana or even a Super Hentai. I think those guys are well rested and well prepared for the tournament. ECWA back to action tomorrow night. King V will face Frederick of Hollywood. Chase Del Monte defends the ECWA heavyweight title against Hotshot Mike Reed. Mega and Cha-Cha Chance defend the tag team titles against Bazooka Joe and Mr. Scott Wright. Glenn Osborne will face Maifu in a chain match. Freak Nasty will face Prince Nana. Magnum and the Hollywood Chick Magnets will face the Heavyweights and Courageous Cruz. The Logan brothers, Matt, Brian, and Nick, will face the Valedictorians and Fala. Tim Richards, Saifu, and JJ, the Ring Crew guy, will face Corey Blaze, Travis Blake, and Aiden Chambers. And Andrew Riker will face Jason Lee. IWA Mid-South is in action tomorrow night, Joliet, Illinois. All tickets are $13 in honor of the 13th anniversary of IWA Mid-South. The first 30 people to buy tickets, $10. Barbed Wire and Madness, Drake Younger, Ian Ronan, and Danny Havoc. Trick Davis against Egotistico Fantastico in an I Quit match. Jason Hades against Ryan Phoenix. Larry Sweeney against Michael Elgin. And Mickey Knuckles against Cameron Starr. IWA is back to action on May the 22nd in Bellevue, Illinois. Dingo defends the heavyweight title against Yellow Dog. Jimmy Jacobs defends the light heavyweight title against Jason Hades. Al Snow against Ryan Phoenix. Larry Sweeney against Ian Ronan. Last Man Standing, Michael Elgin and Keith Walker. Drake Younger and John Moxley. Sal Tomaselli and Ash against the Hooligans, and more. Next Friday night, Pro Wrestling Guerrillas 2009 PWG DDT 4 tournament. The first round matches: Los Luchas, Phoenix Star and Zokre will face Kenny Omega and Chuck Taylor. Man and Nick Jackson will face Brandon and Dustin Cutler. The Dynasty, Joey Ryan and Scott Lost will face Brian Danielson and Paul London. And Chris Hero and Roderick Strong will face the Motor City Machine Guns of Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Non-tournament match, B-Boy against the Human Tornado. Next weekend, Chikara's Anniversario Weekend starts with Anniversario Yin in Easton, Pennsylvania. The main event has been signed. Claudio Castagnoli against Vin Gerard. Jigsaw, Helios, and Lince Dorado will face Fist. Grant Akuma, Icarus, and Chuck Taylor. Eric Cannon will face Delirious. 8-man tag action sees the Super Smash Brothers player Uno and Dos team up with the Colony of Fire and Soldier Ant to face the Osirian Portal, Amasis Ophidian, and Los Ice Cream of El Hijo del Ice Cream and Ice Cream Jr. Creator Wrestler will face Eddie Kingston. Tim Donst against Stigma. Hydra against Grizzly Redwood, and Incoherence, Hello Wicked, and Frightmare against Jagged and Shane Matthews 2.0. Now, originally, a Cold Day in May was scheduled for Galesburg, Illinois. However, the building is now closed, so this event will be happening in Joliet, Illinois. Dingo will defend the IWA Mid-South Heavyweight title against Ian Ronan. Jimmy Jacobs will face Larry Sweeney for the Light Heavyweight title. Drake Younger against Michael Elgin. And Al Snow against Gilbert. Now, Anniversario Yang is on the 24th, ECW Arena in Philadelphia. The main event, Double Mask versus Double Hair, the Colony, Fire and Soldier Ant against Fist of Icarus and Chuck Taylor. Eddie Kingston will face Claudio Castagnoli. Glacier and D'Lo Brown will face Vin Gerard and Colin Delaney. Jigsaw and the Future is Now, Helios, Lince Dorado, and Equinox will face Incoherence, Hello Wicked, Frightmare, Cheech, and Cloudy. The Super Smash Brothers will face Ultramantis Black and Crossbones. Eric Cannon will face Ophidian. El Hijo del Ice Cream and Ice Cream Jr. will face the Roughnecks of Brody Lee and Grizzly Redwood. And the Sea Donsters, Tim Donst and Hydra against 2.0 of Jagged and Shane Matthews. CZW's Tournament of Death 8 is June the 6th, Towson, Delaware. First round matches have been signed. Nick Gage against Deranged. That is a fire match. And Brain Damage against John Moxley. And finally, Full Impact Pro, Crystal River, Florida, June the 6th. Red Titus and the British Alliance will face Chris Jones, Eric Stevenson, Roderick Strong. Chasing Rance and Sawanaro will face Kenny King and Jason Blade. And Jay Bradley will face TJ Perkins. That's a look at the Indies. Japan, the NWA, and maybe the DVD of the week is next.